Hello, I'm doing a video on Grand Sequoia, how to do the valley. And my dad and I have been roofing, doing the roofing on a garage I'm building, but we have no idea how to do the valley, and this is the way we've come up with. Not professional roofers, don't know that this is the right way, but this is how we figured out how to do the valley. And you know, most of the pictures you see will have a metal trough, a piece of metal flashing, I guess, running down the valley. And but I've noticed some of the professional pictures too, they don't have that, and some of the ones I've looked around at, I've seen they don't have that metal exposed, and I prefer it with the regular overlap of the shingles in a valley, just where you caulk the edges. You trim the shingles up and caulk the edges, and you don't see that metal flashing exposed. So that's the way I prefer it. So, but first of all, I'll just show you what you run into. You know, the normal way you do shingles in a valley, you come across, and then you do just like these are. You turn them up, and then you'll bring your other shingles over, and you'll just overlap them, and then you trim the top ones off, and caulk that edge down through there at the valley, and that's it. But the problem is, with these thick shingles, you can see they really don't even lay down in the valley. I tried at first getting a heat gun and running, and that worked. That made them bend to the edge real good, to the valley. But still, you got the problem where these shingles on top are piling up on top of these already thick shingles. They're super thick, you know, so by the time you double that up, you just got a big pile of shingles right in the very valley, and it don't look right, and it don't work. So here's what we came up with, and that is, you do your first layer of shingles across, and then you add these starter strips, these color match starter. You add that in on top of the shingle, and you let that bend up, and you can see we just been nailing the top edge and been nailing where they overlap underneath here too. But that way you get a thin shingle that's curving up underneath, and then you can come back over and run your other shingles over top of that, and you don't have the issue of a real thick shingle piling up. So just to get a little closer here and show you what we've been doing, of course I've stopped right there. These shingles right here I'll trim up, kind of like I've done right there with that one, and there, and so on. But we'll definitely trim the shingles that go across here too. But like this shingle here, it's the color match. It goes underneath here. It goes on top, so you see this little edge right here. That's not normal with the rest of the shingles. You don't have that edge, but it really don't show up much. But you can see that starter shingle ends right there. Kind of shows up because this one's a little dirty, but and so is this. That'll wash off in the rain. But we just let the seam land either right in the middle of a tooth or at the end. But then, so that gets it underneath this one. So the water's going to go, of course, over that, and then works its way up. So as you go up through here, it's better to do these as you go rather than run them all up through here like we've done. But so this next one, I would simply lift this shingle up here, add in a starter, let it come up. Just again, you make sure it lands on a tooth, and that's where your seam is, just to make things look right. Go ahead and bring the edge all the way down, kind of even with the teeth, kind of like that is. Just helps it look right. But that way, again, you're getting under each of these layers as you go up, and then you're bringing it up the valley, so you got that overlap in the valley, and then you'll cover all this up with your other layer and trim it off and caulk the edge of that. So you can see that's what we've done down through here. And you know, it varies. Some of them go up higher than the others. Some of them are down lower, just depending on where the tooth was down here. That made it work. You can see kind of the same thing on this side. It's incomplete as well. But you get the idea. So once I bring those shingles on up and just cover that over the top, I think that'll look real nice. Of course, I've got to finish my starter match colors up through here and do that. but I think it'll work out pretty good. That's the only way. If you know of a better way, let me know. But if you search Grand Sequoia and valleys, I don't think you'll really find any other options on how to do it. Nobody's done a video on it, so that's just why I thought I'd do one. We'll see you later.